I don't know. I didn't either.
Oh, that's because it's not plugged in. One moment, please.
Un momento, por favor.
Uno momento, por favor.
Whoa, that's kind of loud there.
Yeah, no, hang on. Sorry. There we go.
Okay.
Now we should hear stuff. All right. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. That's there. This is on. This is on. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can't hear you.
that's because my microphone's over there.
Yes, that would do it. Hey,
Yes,
folks.
chill.
Wow.
Hang on.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast Patreon pre-show. We just got through a rather vigorous thunderstorm that front that kind of blew through. Yeah, we're sounding professional tonight.
Whatever.
Banging, booming.
I'm the bad mamma jamma, remember?
Okay.
She's the bad mamma jamma.
All righty. So, hey, welcome to the pre-show. This is a show before the show. And we got all sorts of good stuff coming your way, and just a really good discussion tonight. And again, another viewer suggestion came in, and we thought, yeah, this would be a good thing.
Yes.
And we had a lot of fun. So if you're not familiar, if you're new, if you're new to the pre-show, welcome. Basically, what happens is the pre-show allows us to go through and test all the stuff, make sure that things are recording like they're supposed to, and sound's going where it's supposed to. And
Do you like this coffee?
the butter toffee,
Yeah.
it's all right. I mean, it's not as good as the glazed donut.
Nothing's as good as a glazed donut.
There are two kinds that who makes that? Is that
This is Gloria Jean's.
yeah, that's Gloria Jean's. But I'm talking about the Folgers. They've got one.
Folgers.
Is it? Yeah, Folgers. I think they're the ones that.
Who makes Folgers?
No, who Folgers makes the brand that I'm talking about, the flavor.
Oh, yeah.
And one is called Boston Cream Donut, and the other one is chocolate glazed donut.
Whatever. You just like it because it says donut.
And it's like, yeah. So somebody gave us, I think, a box of one that's butter toffee.
No.
No,
I actually bought that.
okay. I am incorrect.
I got yes, glazed donuts are the best if they come from
Krispy Kreme.
yes.
Just saying. So, anyways,
Anyway, yeah, I got it off the internet from Keurig,
okay.
off Keurig's website because I had a coupon for 20% off.
Did you know?
Yes, so
That's awesome.
I didn't pay full price for that.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wait till they have
Specials and see what we
Specials.
like, especially if it's something we don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay full price for something I don't know I like.
Right.
That's just craziness.
So yes, it's awesome stuff. So yeah, it literally, it's like,
Yes, 2 glazed donuts are better than 1.
that is
The more
that
the
is,
merrier.
That makes sense. That does
I
make
will
sense.
give you that. Yeah.
So
cover it in chocolate is even better.
yeah, or dipped in, whatever. It's all good as long as
Yeah.
chocolate is part of the equation.
Yeah, or
it's,
you shove some chocolate in it.
it's a good thing. Yes. So yeah. Anyways, we got a lot of good stuff. We literally just had you can't see now. If I flip over to the camera 2 here, you might be able to get. Nope, you don't get a glimpse. Sorry. We have the window open again because it's getting warm here in North Kakalaki, and so the house gets warm, and the studio gets warm. So we open up the windows, but we couldn't earlier because we had a pretty good thunderstorm roll through for about the past half hour or so. And I actually got out and got a couple of pictures of a double rainbow.
Yeah,
that
you
was
got a
in
really
the-
good picture of that.
So yeah, I had to do panorama because you can't.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
may
get
be
in
my
one
new.
shot.
Actually, let me change that right now so my peeps can see it.
So,
Come on.
anyways, it's a nice. It's not the best picture, but it was dark out, so you get just enough of the rainbow to see. But it was kind of cool.
I'll change it on my Facebook so you guys can see it.
Yeah. So the main thing is the power didn't go out. Yay. Doesn't mean we don't have other possibilities. I was checking the radar a little while ago here, and looks like it's going to have scattered boomers all night tonight. So, just saying.
Save to drive, whatever. Just save it. Grief.
Yep. So, anyways, good stuff. We had a lot of fun this week, even though it was wet. I hope you were able to get out and do some sea towing or katowing if you're Sunny from Podcasher. We did not get a chance. We got rained out.
Nope. It was raining and it was cold, and
Yeah.
I did not feel like getting out and getting sick.
Yeah. So
because that's how I roll.
So we did not get our sea tow souvenir this year,
No,
but that's
we
all
did
right.
not. That's okay then.
Yeah. And according to Lisa from Cash Advance, I think she said about 74% of the people actually went out to attend the sea tow event. So so that's pretty cool. Good stuff. Did though this past week have a bunch of cool stuff happen. What is the matter?
Oh, it doesn't look right.
Oh, because it's a panorama and it's not going to let you take the whole picture.
It's not going to. No,
I'm sorry. So yeah,
well,
and I believe that is the technical term.
Yes.
So we'll put it out on the interwebs so that you can see a picture of it. Why don't you just put it as a picture to Facebook?
I'm one step ahead of you. Baby.
You are. Oh, see, there you go. Very nice. So yeah, it's really cool. We did have a lot of cool stuff come in this week. We are getting very close to Geo Woodstock. And so if you notice on the GeoSnippits website, we now have the official picture up for Miss Amy and I when we go on to start our road trip for Geo Woodstock in a couple of weeks. That's going to be a lot of fun. We went out for a first to find, a nighttime first to find.
Yes, that was funny because see, now I've gotten sidetracked. Squirrel. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that was funny because I said, "Hey, there's a new cache published." And he goes, "Where's it at?" I said, "I think it's like 3 miles from here." He goes, "Huh." And I always do, not always. I do that to see if we're going.
Right.
Because I'll go and I want to see if he'll go.
Yes.
Because if I mention it, it's still early enough yet for me to go. And I'm not going to go to bed.
Well, it was quarter after 10 at night, so.
Yeah, but it was 3 miles away.
Yeah,
and it was a 1-1.
Yes, and I would have normally jumped on it like there was no tomorrow, but
yeah, but he's like looking at the map. Where is it? I'm like, dude, it's a 1-1. Really? Just gonna grab it and be done. But then we got to talk about it. It's like working with my dad. You got to make a list and all this. So yeah, but it was fun. He's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, yes. So we go out there.
And it's a parking lot.
It's a parking lot. It's my favorite gas station in the whole world.
Yes.
I won't say it. But yeah, we get there.
I'm sorry, I got too many bad jokes running in my head with it right now.
Yeah.
Clean. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's the cleanest I could keep it.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's also satin
pillows.
No. Anyway. So yeah, so we get there and I said, "Hey, this is my second first to find." And he goes, Yes, it is. I said, "Is it really a first to find?"
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and I said, "Can I have it, please?" And he's like, "Yes."
Wow, I only have like 80. It's okay.
So he was very nice and he gave me the first to find.
After she got her foot off my throat and I could start breathing again, it was perfectly okay.
Oh, stop.
Yes. No, seriously. I mean, she is starting to become, she's getting, first to find hound traits. So,
oh my gosh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yes, Miss Behaviorist.
Oh my gosh, it was terrible. I didn't even know I was that competitive.
Yes.
Until the first one I got.
Yes,
and the child
and
was
you thumped that little 4-year-old.
I did not thump a 4-year-old.
Okay, she gently bashed.
I did not. I did
verbally.
I did not touch that child.
No, verbally.
He says, "Did you already sign it?" And I said, "Yes." And Andy's like, Amy, like, we be here first.
The monster is out.
He's like, he is a child.
I am just
that needs to learn disappointment. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. I am a horrible person. He said, no, you're not.
Yes. So it
was funny. I didn't even know I had that in me.
Yes, but it raises its ugly head every time now. First to
find, man. It is
go
like,
faster, honey. I don't want a ticket. Go faster.
But there's a old woman crossing the road.
That's all right. Just
run her over.
Well, I was going to say weave around, but that's what I'm just making a point.
Needs to look both ways.
I didn't realize she could jump like that. Wow. So yes,
No,
Miss
I'm
First to
kidding.
Find is going
it's
crazy.
Terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible. I should not be allowed First to Find.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
I don't go for them often. I just don't like that.
And this is why the state only allows us so many per month that we can go for legally. Just saying.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. So anyways, we had a lot of fun. And then, of course, what's that?
Look at the last comment.
There's a good life lesson for the kid. That's right.
Yes.
We're teaching them experience.
Disappointment. It will not be his last.
That's right.
And that was not the biggest disappointment he will ever have.
No, I can honestly say at 5 or 6 or whatever his age is, he's going to have something else.
Bigger.
But you definitely laid the cobblestone for it.
And I was very nice.
You were extremely sweet in that buttery sweet Southern.
Yes.
Stick it in your face.
Like, yes, I have already signed it. I'm so sorry.
No, that is not what you said.
What did I say?
You said, why, yes, I did. You can sign yours right underneath ours.
Did I really?
Yes, you did. So, yes, I'm just saying.
All right. That's a little funny, but kind of bad.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But yeah, it's interesting.
All right.
But
we got Fayetteville here.
Huh?
Vietnam. Oh, yeah, I know Vietnam.
Yes. Lots of First to Finds down there?
No, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They call it Vietnam for a reason.
Well, yeah, the base is there.
I know.
All right. I usually put military base with a little more like kaboom as opposed to pew pew. Yes, I think it's a little more than pew pew.
Pew pew.
So yes, there's a lot. Actually, geocaching in Fayetteville is a little bit interesting.
Rip him.
Yeah. No, she didn't get a chance. I blocked her from tripping, the little guy. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm sorry. As she snags the cash.
No, him, I beg for the First to Find.
Yes.
No, I would.
See, a very good friend of mine, Zuni, who's a geocacher here in North Kakalaki, is awesome because that was actually the first time I ever did a First to Find. Because it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm on my way to work, and I'm digging in the guardrail someplace off the beaten path, looking for a geocache, and Zuni shows up and says, introduce himself, and we're talking for a while, and he said, hey, let's just do this as a First to Find, and back then it was like I just started geocaching. It's like, cool, awesome. So that actually introduced me to that, as opposed to tripping up some little whippersnapper, bless his heart.
I have not tripped the first soul. I have not
have somebody pick the poor thing up.
Anybody. I have not pushed anybody.
I'm driving. But I did happen to notice when we went for the First to Find a couple of nights ago, you dashed out of the car because
I let you stop first.
Yes, the car actually did come to a complete stop before she jumped.
After he said, "Go get it."
Yeah. So, yeah.
He forgets a certain detail.
And, of course, you always have this one thing if you're in a public area and you're looking for the First to Find and you've already just signed it and put it back and you see other cars pulling up into the area, you are just itching to yell out, "We know what you're doing." Yeah, unfortunately, those cops did not go looking for a geocache, but that's all right.
There were no cops.
I'm just saying.
That would have been funny. Oh my God, that would have been funny.
Pulled up for a First to Find. I have pulled up with police in the area.
I would have done that too.
Matter of fact, they helped me find the geocache.
I mean, like, hey, were you coming for the first to find? Because I just got it.
No. What you say to
I
the
would've done
cops,
that.
what you say to the cops is, hey, are you here for the stash? We know where it is. It's right over here. I'm sure they'll be very interested in the hidden container underneath the lamppost. Just saying.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, you go look for it. I'm gonna go in here and get some ice cream.
Literally. You just come and get me if you need anything.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know where it is. You go look for it, and if you need some help finding it, I know where it is.
Yeah, I remember it was 11:30.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing here. Keep on going.
Keep going. Yeah, we did stop and lean up against the car because he saw a car pulling up. He's like, "Oh, I know what they're doing."
There's the
and yeah, it was funny. We're like two little kids going,
"Oh yeah,
ha! We got it for you, dude."
Manners. But I remember the first time it was like 11:30 at night. Get the notification for the first to find. I take off to this area, and the place that I'm going to, literally in the description for the geocache said, "Oh, by the way, the police tend to be in this area because that's where they sit and talk before they go off on their runs or for the shift." And I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. 11:30 at night, what's going to be there? 2 cop cars are right there, 50 feet from ground zero.
Okay. Just so you know, cops love to mess with people.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because they can.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, all right,
they're like that.
My dad was a peace officer. I'm familiar. A lot of my dad's side of the family are all in the law enforcement in one form or another. So I'm pretty cool with things. So I'm pulling up, and I'm making sure that they can see where my hands are, that I got the window rolled down. And hey, guys, by the way, so I actually introduced myself. Told them what I was going to do. I said, is there any problem with me going looking for this? And 2 of them are like, oh, we got to leave. And the other 2 are like, hey, we'll help. So they're there. And they've got those Mondo flashlights that you can beat a large water buffalo with if you need to. Yeah, they got the
Mac Daddy ones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Them. So they're out there. I'm sitting there with a police escort looking for in a bunch of evergreen trees for the geocache. And one of them actually found it. And from my note to this day, I think he's still a geocacher.
Is he really?
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So you never know, you know?
Yeah. Cops are fun.
Yeah. You just got to hope for the best and act nice and see what happens.
Yes. Like the video I showed you the other day.
Yes.
Yeah. You just got to be polite. Be nice.
Yes.
Play nice.
That's it. But that's all part of the fun. And geez, don't lie to them. Whatever it is. If you ever get stopped by the police, all right, let's put this in the right perspective. You're looking for a geocache, and the police roll up.
Yes.
Tell them the truth.
Don't be
don't make stories
about
because they know how to not be fun if they want to.
Yes. And they want to be fun.
Yes.
But they cannot be fun.
That's why I always keep in my pack is a bunch of brochures about geocaching. So it doesn't sound like, hey, I'm just making this story of here's some physical proof where you can sit there and say, hey, by the way,
this really is a thing.
This is what I'm doing. and that has helped. I've had managers, I've had property managers, I've had a bunch of people a lot of times asking for stuff like that. And if you're going to ask permission from somebody, property manager of what's going on, bring the pamphlets with that too, because that's gives just a little more street cred when you're asking if you can hide a geocache someplace.
Now, I just had an idea because somebody put it in the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
But how cool would it be to have little travel bugs all over, little magnetic travel bugs all over cop cars?
I don't think that would be the greatest.
I think that would be hilarious.
Something about having mysterious people with devices like this going around and walking up to
just like the magnetic ones, and then you're just taking pictures of little cop cars everywhere.
I still think that may not be the best when it comes to
some
policemen being a little more fidgety than others.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if they want to,
I think if they want to, they'll put a travel bug on the back of their car. And go from there. But yeah, good stuff.
I think that would be funny.
Yep, good stuff. And let's see, the other thing coming up we wanted to tell people about is this weekend for the 15 years of geocaching is coming up.
Wow.
Yep, the 2nd and 3rd.
I didn't even know it was know about geocaching 15 years ago.
No, you did not.
No.
and now you do.
And yes.
But yeah, we couple of things, show and tell kids that you don't get to see as much in the podcast because we've got all our other things that we go through. So the pre-show,
I think fire trucks should have them on there too.
I still think there's a safety factor that they may frown upon for stuff like that. So if you haven't had yours yet, this is the WWFM 12 Geocoin, and on one side it's got Pangea. And what was Pangea?
I don't remember.
Okay, Pangea
don't remember.
Is the name given to, at one point it is theorized that all the continents that we now know of all were one big island at one time, one big continent.
Okay.
Over time, those pieces split off into North America, South America, Africa, all those, the 7 continents.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pangea is the name of that one great big continent way back when. And the buzzword or phrase that they have on this year's Geocoin is bringing the world together, Pangea all together, one flash mob at a time.
Okay.
And then on the front of it, it has the WWFM 12 June 13, 2015. And it's a pretty coin, very nice coin.
It is a very nice coin.
So I would snatch those up if you can't already.
If you can't already?
Yeah, if you can't get them, they're going to be going quick because these sell out quickly. Yes. And also, just to give you a little bit of information, is that I have ordered 60 path tags for the flash mob, of which we are going to be having this year for the Thwack Attack.
Yeah, that's going to be.
That is going to be a riot.
So fun.
So yes, we are going to be invading Benson Lake Park and a large field, and we are going to bring a couple of cases, depending on how many people sign up for this thing.
Yeah.
Of thwackers. That's those orange things behind me. We're going to bring a couple of
cases regardless, and I'm just going to start handing them out to people. I'm going to take them to the playground and say, hey,
here it is. Have fun. So anyways,
sorry, Mom and Dad.
It's think of it as a giant lightsaber Thwack Attack with a bunch of geocachers, and instead of lightsabers, you substitute with foam 2x4.
Foam thwackers. Really?
Yes, it's awesome.
This is going to be fun.
So it's like a giant pillow fight with thwackers.
Yes.
So yes, we're going to have a lot of fun with that, and we're setting that up right now.
Let's see. He means him.
Yes.
But with all this free time, you know what? I got to tell you, last night was really, really weird.
Thank you. I thought it quite pleasurable. Just saying. So why was it weird?
Because I thought I need to read.
If you don't know,
no, I don't.
Wife Amy has finished her last class, and she got a
B
in the class. So she has no more schoolwork. She is getting she's got one big test to finish for her master's, and she's done. Yeah.
So now I have
your life back.
Yeah. And I thought, I have nothing to do. And I thought, no, you have a boatload of stuff to do.
And now you can do it.
But what do I do?
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, now.
Yep.
What do I do?
Yep.
So it's really, really bizarre.
Yes. And by the way, the people in the chat room are saying, what's the date for the flash mob? It is June 13th.
June 13th, yes.
And one last thing, and yes, just for you fine folks in watching the Patreon pre-show, you get a sneak view of this is what we're giving away tonight.
Yay!
To one lucky person live on the show.
We've already had requests.
Pick me. I'm sorry, it's pretty open.
I did get the pick me for the person who said that.
But yes, this is a Geocoin from coinsandpins.com. They were very gracious in giving a bunch of them for us, so we're going to be giving a couple over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And yes, this is the.
I haven't seen it. Can I see it?
Yes. Hang on, let me show the fine people, and then I'll let you see it. That's the front, and that is the back. And I got to find out what the individual. It's got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coordinates, and I'm not quite sure exactly what that is, if that's where the satellites are or not, but it does have WGS 84. So that is your meridian. So yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, that's what that looks like. Here you go. You can see we are giving one away free tonight to a lucky. Yes, it's a gorgeous coin. It's nice. Beautiful. Yeah. And we are going to give one away live tonight to a lucky viewer.
I like that fleur de lis.
Yes. It's a fleur.
A fleur.
So yeah, okay, we got about 3 minutes before we start the show. Thank you for stopping on by and checking out the patron pre-show. We got so much stuff, man. We got tons of stuff to go over.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's how old Grayson's going to be.
Here we go. So yes, all right. So let me put the coin back, and we will show it later, and you can look at it again. I'll let you.
I'll let you see it.
I'll let you see it. It's like, gee, you know. But that's part of the fun. So yeah, those are the cool coins that we just got in. We got a ton of stuff from Coins and Pins. They sent us. You are gonna flip when you see all the good stuff that we've got going.
That's my job.
That too. It's like Christmas for us to go through this stuff because it's really cool.
I came home today.
Yes. Thank you for coming home. I appreciate it. It's more of a family when she actually shows up.
And I saw a long, skinny box that had been opened like the Tasmanian devil had come in and ripped through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that must be from Coins and Pins.
Yes. So we got lots of stuff.
And I hear, hey, Coins and Pins sent us some stuff. I'm like, yeah, I saw the box.
It's awesome.
So I haven't seen anything. He tears through it and hides it.
It's good stuff. We got a lot of stuff.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So lots of good stuff.
I'm taking his word for it.
They're wonderful. I mean, there's some stuff in there that you may never know about. I'm just saying. Oh, they got one. It's a we got a bunch of Right in the Rain books. We got a bunch of coins. We got the 15-year-old Geocoin, or 15 years of geocaching Geocoins. We've got a couple of them that I haven't even seen before that are like optical illusions.
I will be seeing this stuff.
They got one that's in there that is, you've seen the different state tags and things that we've given out over the years. Mm-hmm. They've got one of the space shuttle. And it's like, oh. So I'm just saying, I'll show it to you sometime. It's tough when I can't have it. I'm just saying. I may have to talk to Aaron later just at the Geo.
Well, I want to see it.
I'll show you.
Oh,
see, the problem is if I show them, then they're going to know, and it's like, hey, what a cool prize.
Well, they know now because you told them.
See, that's how it goes. Dang it. Just saying. All right, folks. Such for my master plan. Here we go. And we've got tons of stuff, great stuff for you coming up from all the sponsors. We've got great stuff coming to you. It's just like Christmas for us when this stuff shows up at the doorstep because we get to go through it and go, yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so sit back, relax. We got a ton of stuff for you tonight, including that fantastic Geocoin that we're going to be giving out for some lucky viewer tonight. And yeah, I'm just trying to get everything set up here. I think we're all set.
Yep.
All right.
Time to go.
Time to go. And I think the thunderstorms have held off long enough for us to do this. All right. Sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, your favorite snack. The Geocaching Podcast is coming at you right after I push this button that says on. All right. All right, folks. Let's do this thing. Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy, HeadHardHat Smith, and I am with the wonderful, the delightful, the DeWitty wife, Amy. And if we had a great show, lots of good stuff, showing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff of some stuff that we got in from our sponsors. Hay is for horses. What's up?
Horses and cows. Pigs don't eat it because they don't know how.
Wow. I sit corrected.
Where's the bottom third?
I am putting it up right now.
Okay.
Because it goes away when I change the overlay.
Yes.
So now we have it.
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
That's good. That was it? That's what you brought up?
That's it.
All right. It's April 30th, 2015. And in the next hour or so, both co-host, wife Amy, the HeadHardHatress, and I'll bring you some interesting information, bringing interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, and yes, the obsession known as geocaching. And you can tell I see what happens when you get over that 100 mark. Things start blending in like this a lot with the co-hosts. So yeah, let's see. Good stuff. We had a lot of fun. We talked about this a little bit in the pre-show. Wife Amy, this was several nights ago. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And Amy goes, hey, there's a first to find really close to us. And I'm like, all right. Normally she goes to bed by now anyways. I'm like, really? Yeah, okay. So I check it out. Sure enough, there's a first to find just up the road, about 3.5, 4 miles, give or take. And it's like, all right, grab your stuff. Let's boogie.
Now, that's the shortened version.
That's the shortened version. If you want the whole conversation, go check out the pre-show. And if you want to know how, become a patron and you automatically get it in the mail. Just saying. So yeah, anyways, we take off for this thing, and it's in a parking lot of a favorite gas station type that we have here in North Kakalaki. And I don't know if there's any of those anywhere else. Is it just North Carolina, or is it all south?
What's that?
The name of the gas station that we went to.
Actually, I had not heard of them, so I think they were elsewhere and then came here.
Okay. So whatever. Anyways, if you really want to know the name of the gas station we went to, just think of clean. And that second word will tell you what that gas station was for. But anyways, it's really cool. We like it. It's got a lot of food and you
or satin.
Yeah, whatever. That'll work. Anyway, so Miss, I'm gonna thump whoever's in my way getting to the geocache.
Horrible.
Went over and found it, and yes, we did find clean sheets, and it was good. Well, that's what they're called. They're called clean sheets.
Oh.
That's the name of the logbook with no names in it.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was reading something else.
And then it's like, hey.
I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah. So anyways, we went out, we found it, we signed it, and then we went for ice cream and coffee. Just saying. But yeah, that was like 10:15 at night. That's the first time I've done a nighttime geocache in a while. And it was kind of fun having wife Amy there for strategic defense to actually get it. That was really good. Fortunately, there weren't any toddlers or little old ladies that crossed our path, because she would have just taken them out at the knees. I'm just saying.
No.
Wow. She's a little competitive when it comes to first to find.
I used not to be. I don't know what happened to me.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde. I'm just saying.
It really is.
Yeah.
On a regular geocache, I'm not that competitive.
No. There's times.
There's times, but
yeah,
I'm not nearly.
Oh no, it's bad. Cutthroat at first to find.
First to find, it is game on. Every dog for himself on that one.
Yes. Yep, that's how it goes. So
terrible.
Yep, good stuff.
I'm a horrible person.
I'm gonna leave that right there. Why don't you tell the fun folks about?
He helped though.
Yeah, thanks.
He drove.
We're there together, and she's like, "Can I please have this first to find? Don't make it a co." All right.
I'm like, it's only my second one.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out when you start saying no to that lip. Probably never. I'm just saying.
I don't know. There's some that have been married long enough that they'll be like, no.
No, it doesn't.
I drove you here.
All right, Miss Amy, tell them about what's coming up this weekend.
The 15 years of geocaching on May the 2nd and 3rd. You can get your souvenir by finding any geocache or attending any geocaching event.
Yep.
And you will earn your digital souvenir, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
For the people that don't speak blah.
For your geocaching profile.
Yes. And actually, you get a geocaching.com mission. I have no idea what it entails and what goes on afterwards. We'll talk about it next week when we actually find out what it is. But yes, you get a mission after you turn in for your souvenir of something to do. And I don't know what it is. And I'm very excited to see what those are.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that goes.
But we will get our souvenir Saturday, well before 4:30.
Yes. Babysitting. It's going to be fun. So, yes.
Yes.
So that's how we're going to do. So anyways, you say, hey, how do I get in on this stuff? They give away great prizes, that Mr. Andy and Miss Amy. It's awesome. How do I get into this? How do I find out where all the show information is? How do I find out about them? How do I contact them? Because I've got great information to tell them or just want to say hi. It's very simple. To watch the live feed and join us in the chat room, go to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have our social media links all over the place. If you go to geosnippits.com, click on any of those, join up, link up, whatever you want to do, whichever social medias that you prefer. I would make a suggestion, though, that if you would, a lot of the communication that we get from our fellow geocachers out there via the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast universe, through Google+, and a lot of people also go through with Miss Amy in Facebook and myself. Also, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anytime we do a podcast or a vlog or anything that deals with YouTube, it automatically goes into your subscription box, and you can watch at your pleasure anytime you want, and it makes it a lot easier to find all this fun stuff. So go over to our website, click on and subscribe to any of the ones that we have, and you can get right in with all the stuff that we do each and every day out there in the intrawebs. Let's see. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, your suggestions by calling 919-341-9519, or you can go to our GeoSnippits website and click on the Send Voicemail tab. It's on the right side of the screen. You get up to 3 minutes to record. If you've got a tablet, a smartphone, a laptop, a computer with a microphone, you get up to 3 minutes to say anything you'd like about the show. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of, milestones, all that fun stuff. And we can get that information up onto the into the show very simply. And the cool thing is that it's free. Matter of fact, tonight's show is based on one of the viewers sending in a request. So it's really cool. It's free. By all means, give it a try. Do, 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 do. That's your turn.
Yes, I'm waiting for everything to catch up in the chat room because apparently they all locked up and now they're all behind.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So anyway, we'll get to the viewer feedback now. It is
Wow.
Yeah. I want everybody to catch up.
I hate it when everybody gets locked up. It's not good.
I know. You would think they would all learn and not do everything that everybody else is doing to get locked up. But
Don't eat so much cheese is what I'm saying.
yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, viewer feedback.
Your feedbacks, they say, hi, love the show and been listening for a while. Thank you. My family and I are casual geocachers with just over 100 finds. We enjoy finding travelers and such and have thought about putting some out into the wild. My parents gave my son a coin, I think, representing a part of Alberta's heritage. And we have been encouraging him to send it out, but he doesn't want to let it go. If I understand correctly, this is what a proxy is for, right? Yes.
Yeah, so we'll go over all this stuff.
Yes.
That's, like I said, this is what made the show.
The same is also true for a coin that I won from the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast a while back.
Awesome.
We don't want to see it vanish. I also get that there's a private and public code on these travelers, which is printed on the coin. I assume the private one and the public one is the code that is shown on the geocaching website.
Again, we'll go over that.
What is the difference between a path tag, geocoin, travel bug, etc.? Thanks, Tim, from Edmonton, Alberta. Geocaching name, Tim @Lee.
Very good. Thank you, Tim. That's an awesome suggestion. We liked it so much. We said, hey, you know what? It's been probably a good year and a half since we've gone over the differences between travelers. And you know what? Way back when we first started geocaching, it was very simple. you had Geocoins, and you had travel bugs, and that was it. There are so many different things out there that fall under the traveler category that literally it's really modified and enhanced the game very much. And there's so many different ways that you can do this type of stuff. And we thought, hey, this would be a great idea to kind of go over the basics, tell the people some of the simple ways of getting into travel bugs and geocoins and such, and also all the cool new stuff that's coming out with travelers. So that's why we're doing the show tonight. This is really cool. All right. Before we jump into that, though, we do want to go over our GeoSnippits.
I am very intrigued about this.
Okay, our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast Geocaching Poll of the Week. Now, what we do is each week in Google Plus. And this is, again, another reason why you want to get us in our circles, us in your circles, and you. Yeah,
we're already in our own circles.
Yes, I am a circle all by myself. But anyways, in there we have we put out a poll. And we ask geocachers, hey, what do you think about this? And we get a lot of very, very good responses. And we're continuing that on. And this week's poll was kind of touchy, but you know what? That's how it goes. This one goes is, what are your overall feelings about the new geocaching.com search tool on the main website? And we pulled that out, and I'm going to literally bring this up live and take a look at it. So what we have as far as live information right here, right there, we got quite a few votes in, and it would go something like this.
You know what? I'm actually surprised at that.
Really?
Yes.
It has changed over the past. We actually put this out about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it has gone up and down through the past couple of weeks. But this is what we have right now.
The top 2 don't surprise me.
All right, and then again, we'll have a link to this in our show notes as well if you want to add your 2 cents into it as well. So leading off at the top at 37%, and yes, I'm kind of surprised at this. Don't care.
Yep.
One of the things that I've read from a lot of the people that they have on here is a lot of them just plain don't use it. The search tool on geocaching.com.
Yes, but do they not use it because they don't like it, or they not use it because they use it because they use the apps? They're using apps out there and getting the information that they need that way. There's some people that have written in here that said that they haven't touched the geocaching search app in 5 years. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunities out there through the smartphones and the apps through that to use it. So 37% said don't care. Next high up is 26% that said they don't like it for whatever reason that they have on there. On the flip side of that, 21% say they like it. So there you go. 11% say they love it, and 5% say they hate it. So there's your spread, and that's a pretty wide spread there. Except for the like it and dislike it. I mean, they're pretty close.
Yes.
But the don't care really surprises me.
Not really, because the majority, if we did this probably 6 years ago, you would see a much greater interest in it, because back then, I guess
they're using the apps, but still.
Yeah, even still, there are people who go to the website
for whatever planning purposes.
Sure.
And
and use it. But for me personally, it's a very rare case for me too, even to go on and use it. A lot of times I either use some other thing like GSAC, some database tool that gives me the information I want, and it maps it out for me, as opposed to actually going on the map and saying, okay, I need this. Now I do, in their defense, they do have 3 new things that they have recently added to geocaching.com's search tool that I like. I don't remember all 3 off the top of my head, but one was finding the closest geocaches to you. The next one was finding the oldest geocaches to you.
That would be pretty neat.
And the other one was the most favorite points. which I think they pulled from a lot of people saying this is what we really would like them to do.
Now, those three
it
are
needs
nice.
some tweaking. It needs some tweaking, especially for turning in. You can map it still. And again, this is one of my biggest things that I have on there. You can map it so you can see, and it's not like you can say, I only want 100. It shows all of them that follow the criteria for that.
Yeah.
And the other one is you can't make a pocket query out of it.
Well, with like anything, you know, I mean, it's all in what you get used to, and with anything new, change is hard.
Yes, and I think,
but over time, I think people will get used to it. They're obviously not going to put it back to the way it was before,
right? And hopefully they keep it better and make it better as it goes on.
They will continue to tweak it, make it better and more user friendly and that type of thing. So absolutely.
So what'll happen, folks, is out of the show notes, we will have where you can find out what poll will be next week. And again, get us in your circles for my profile will be in there that you can get my name into your circles so that you can find out when the polls come out and you can have access to that and any of the other geocaching type questions that we bring out each week. All right.
I'm also curious as to how people like the new chat.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I had a couple people send me messages through that chat just to see what it was like.
Yes.
And
all right. Well,
it's different, and I have my opinions on it, but I'm curious.
Well, why don't we make that the poll for next week?
I think we need a poll.
We'll put a poll out next week about the chat. Yeah. All right, good stuff. Again, you can get our information right out of the show notes. Just go to geosnippetsreboot.com and click on episode 111, which is tonight, and you'll get all that information and everything else that we talk about in the show. All right, let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cache-advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-advance.com, go find it. And also by
coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippets websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. You know you started something.
What?
I'm not going to say any names, but this particular police officer is honestly considering getting a travel bug decal and putting it on his police
Where do you think
car.
I got the idea?
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
Duh. You don't think I think of that, do you?
Fun stuff. All righty. Let's move on. Yeehaw! Yep. Geocoins, travel bugs, and other geocaching travelers. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 111. Yeah, this is show and tell night, folks. If you're listening to the podcast and you really want to see some of this stuff, go over to YouTube, go to HeadHardHat's YouTube channel and watch episode 111. You'll actually be able to visually see this stuff, just like all the cool people. Pooples, you pooples out there. All those pooples are going to be able to watch the show. Holy cow. Something on the brain. I'm just leaving it right there. All right, let's move on. Lollypoop. I can't help it. Wow, man. Sorry for the poopalicious stuff. I'm just saying. That was funny. All right, let's get into this. Catch it, so everybody caught that. I caught that one. Holy cow. All right. Like I was saying earlier, way back when I started out geocaching, it was very, very simple to explain to people about travelers, either geocoins or travel bugs, and how they worked. And people went, oh, cool. This is cool. It's an extension to geocaching. These are game pieces that move from one geocache to the next. Yeah,
it's like moving them around the chessboard.
Exactly. Right. It is not that simple anymore. Yeah. There are a lot of things out there that are now considered travelers. And what exactly is a traveler? So what we're going to do is we're going to give a show and tell tonight of a little bit of everything. So somebody that's new to the game is going to go, oh, this is why this is here. This is how I'm supposed to do what with this. For the people who are experienced, send us the information, and we'll talk more about that as well as we go along. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the basic. What is a traveler? A traveler is any item that either has a unique ID attached to it or engraved to it. Travelers are transported from one geocache to the next, usually associated with geocoins or travel bugs. So let's show a couple examples. This,
I love him,
is a little green snake that's going to be going out into the wild pretty soon, and it's got a little tag on it. On this tag, it says trackable at geocaching.com, and it's got a special ID number on it. This is a travel bug. So this is a traveler. That's what that is. What makes it a traveler is the tag with the special ID number on it. For a geocoin, and yes, this is the 15 years of geocaching coin that we're going to be giving away in a little while. This has a special unique ID number on it as well. So this is also called a traveler. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's when they say about the codes. There's unique codes on there.
Those are different, though, because people may not actually want to send those out into the wild.
Right, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
But that's different.
Right.
We'll talk about that later.
So those are travelers. Travelers are game pieces that move from one geocache to the next. Now, what is a trackable? A trackable also has a unique ID number attached to it or engraved to it. Usually a personal item not transferred between geocaches. Can be just about anything, as stuff that you can see would be, for example, t-shirts. If you go to a lot of the geocaching events, you've got the numbers that are placed right on there. Mm-hmm. Behind here, when you see the little green splotch here and the little red splotch here, those are the name tags that we're going to be taking to Geo Woodstock. And on there, they have special ID numbers on there that we don't put into geocaches. We keep them with us. License plate right here, another example. This is something that goes on your automobile, or those attachables that GX Proxy sell a lot of, the satellite tags, all the things that attach to cars. Those are trackables. So those are things that do not go from geocache to geocache. So there's the distinction. Travelers go from geocache to geocache. Trackables do not. They're usually personal items that have a code on them that you can log, similar to a trackable or a traveler, but they're not in geocaches.
They're personable items.
Yes. And I mean, it comes in everything from car decals to tools to you name it. There's tons and tons of different ones that are out there. What is a unique ID number and where do you get them? Now, one of the ones that I have, let's see here.
Well, that's, you can.
Okay, well, what happens is for the travel bugs, this is a little rubber ducky travel bug. And basically it's somebody, it's, you know, somebody got a little rubber ducky and drilled a hole in it like you're supposed to.
Poor ducky.
Don't get me started. I'll show you why you do that in a little bit. And then on here are these tags. He doesn't feel it, I guarantee it. These travel bug tags you can purchase online. All our sponsors sell them. GX Proxy, Cash Advance, you can get them all over the place. Geocaching.com sells them. They're about $5. And what it is it gives a little tag on it that says travel bug, with the iconic symbol and information on the back about it. Now, when you purchase these, you get two of them. You get an actual tag, and then you get another one that says copy, which also has the information on that as well. The idea is something happens to Rubber Ducky here, you've got an extra tag that you can use and resend it out.
Now, I have an interesting quandary that was brought up.
Okay.
All travelers are trackables.
Yes, but there's a distinction between actual travelers, because travelers mean to move from point to point, being geocoins and travel bugs.
But trackables are not travelers.
Trackables are usually personal items
Right.
that do not go from geocache to geocache. That's the distinction.
Yeah. You can go from, you can say travelers are trackables, but trackables are not travelers.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the good distinction. Very, very well put. And again, this is why over in time has changed. The terminologies have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're trying to explain for those as well. All of them are trackable.
Yes.
If they've got a unique number, it's trackable.
Yeah.
But in now's perspective,
but it may not necessarily go
from
the
geocache
opposite direction.
Right. It may not go from geocache to geocache. That's the distinction. Mm-hmm. So that's how that works. Excellent stuff. And if you need more information, just write to us and we'll explain it for you a little bit better. So anyways, there are two, and this is to answer part of the question that was brought up earlier for the entire show. There are two numbers that are associated to every unique trackable. Okay. The first number is the number that you're going to see either on the tag or on the side of the geocoin
mm-hmm.
or any item.
Now, on geocoins, some geocoins, the number is on the back, and sometimes it's on the side, on the
writable, or
on the side of it where the round part is.
Absolutely. Now, this is the number that when you see it, be it a T-shirt, be it a license plate, be it anything that's a trackable,
a leg,
people out there with tattoos,
an arm,
we've seen them.
Yeah.
That is the number that you're going to put in at geocaching.com.
Yes.
To say, I found this.
Yes.
All right. And that's what you want to use for that. This is not a number that you want to tell other people. This is a private number between you and the owner for you to say, I found this, or I discovered this in geocaching.com. This is something you don't photograph and put out on the interwebs. This is not something you put into the log. This is a private number that you have for the time that you have the actual trackable to actually log it. That's important to know.
Now you can photograph it.
Just don't send it out.
But you cannot send it out on the internet for everybody in the world to see. That
right.
If the owner wants to do that, that's one thing. But you as the non-owner don't do that.
Right. Now, the second number is the public number. And what that means is when you go to the geocaching page, every traveler, or I'm sorry, every trackable that's out there with a unique number on it has a special individual web page just for that trackable. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's a T-shirt, a license plate, whatever. You go to that page, and on that page, you're going to see a code on there that starts with TB. So it'll say TB and a bunch of other stuff after that. That is a public code that you can send to anybody and say, this is what it is. If you're interested in this particular trackable or traveler, you can put in this code and it'll take you to the page. The difference is between the public code and the private code. The private code that you find when you actually see the item itself, that gives you the power to say, I found it, I discovered it, to actually take possession of it and move it on to the next place that you're going to go from there. The public code, you can't do that. You can just go to the page and get information about the trackable itself. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference. To get the actual codes themselves, you can buy the tags, and there's many different types of tags that are out there now. You can buy those separately, and on the Geocoins, they're already engraved. So that's how that goes. So good stuff with that. Okay, now the biggie. What is the difference between Geocoins and path tags? And again, if you've got questions, Miss Amy's watching the chat room and she's listening in on this.
Well, I just read something that I did not know.
What's that?
It says, I've heard that geocaching.com can deactivate a number if the rules are violated.
I'll have to look into that. I wouldn't see why not. And when they say deactivate, basically what that means is, okay,
I didn't
technically, you may see this particular license plate right here, which has the private number right there. It is not wise to put this out for people to see. So this is why you don't put it on the web pages. This is why you don't put it into the social media.
Now, him doing this
is a little
It's
different.
different because he is the owner of this
Well,
plate.
no. The reason we're getting away with this is because we do a show about geocaching.
But yeah,
and
but you're
do
also
this.
the owner of that plate.
Yes, but a lot of people, if they take a photograph of their tag and put it out on Facebook and they get a zillion hits off of it, there's in the past, geocaching.com did not like that. They've loosened up a bit with this. There are certain exceptions they've let go to do that. But if you break the rules and actually put it out, they will deactivate it if it gets too much of a nuisance. Just saying. We have it. They get a couple of hits every once in a while, so it's not that big of a deal. But they have in the past, because it takes up a lot of space on their database from all these people finding it.
Yeah.
They don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
We do it as a gimmick for people that like finding that kind of stuff. So anyways, back. What's the difference between a geocoin and a path tag? All right. Geocoins come in multiple sizes. Look behind us. That is our collection of our geocoins. They come in multi-sizes, multi-shapes. Again, what makes a geocoin is that there is a unique identifier somewhere either on the back or on the side of the geocoin. They usually range between 2 and 3 inches. I do have a couple that are 4 inches or bigger.
Yep.
I have a couple that are an inch and a half that are bigger. They're square, they're rectangle, they're all sorts of different sizes. Just take a look behind us and you'll get an idea of how these go. Geocoins usually are, these are geocoins. They are usually brass based. They have a very good weight to them, very good heft to them.
Some are nickel or...
most of them are the good quality ones. You usually have a brass type of base to it.
Some of them are...
I would have to look up on that one. There is a relative cost to making these, so they are not cheap. There's a very substantial cost to actually creating and making these things based on where you actually purchase them. Geocoins, and this is the big thing, boys and girls, that you got to take away with this. Geocoins that you find out in the wild are somebody else's property. They are not swag. This is not a tradable. This is not a I like it and I'm going to put it in my collection because I like it. This is somebody bought this and put this out into the wild to be a game piece. They are not swag. So that's the main thing that you really, really want to take with this. When you find a geocoin, hang on to it for a little bit, admire it, like it, and then put it back in the wild probably a good couple weeks. Is the average that they'd like to have, 2 to 3 weeks. If you want to hang on to it a little longer, write to the owner on the page for that trackable, and then let them know, hey, I want to hang on to this for a little bit longer, and I'll send it, out in a little bit. Let them know, because every time a geocoin or a travel bug goes from geocache to geocache, there's a map that shows exactly what geocache and where it was and where it went from point A to point B. So just keep in mind somebody else's property when it comes to something like that. Let's see. When it comes to personal collections, we have a very fine one behind us between wife Amy and myself now. This is personal property. We either was given or bought everything that you have in here. The story that I like telling people is the Monopoly geocoin. One of the first geocoins that I ever found when I went out geocaching, we went through, and I love this coin. If there was ever one that I was going to be tempted to take, that was it. But I didn't. I took a picture of it. Matter of fact, I just found the picture that I took from 2008. And I took a picture of it, and I put it back into the wild and let it go on its way. It took me all this time until just recently where a friend of mine actually had a Monopoly geocoin that she had in her personal collection that I was able to trade off with her to actually get it in my collection. So yes, other people's property, you hang on, you enjoy it, and you move on. And you can put it on your watch list if you want to see where it goes after that, which is really, really good. Some of the ways that you can display, and you can see some of the examples behind us here. There are display cases. There are display books that you can get for your collection, and there are single coin holders that you can go in and actually display your geocoins that way as well. Let's see. What is a proxy coin? All right. A proxy coin, and I'm going to put the picture over here real quick so you can see one. Many times people, just for like the person that wrote us today about this, they don't want to put it out into the wild. They don't want to lose it. They don't want it to get lost, stolen, or gone. So they want to put something in its stead. Now, way back when, and this is a proxy coin here that I have, it's not as heavy. It's actually a kind of a cast aluminum, and it has engravings in this particular type. This one is from GX Proxy. Basically what happens is
I'm getting something.
I have a matching coin. Let's see where it is right here. Here's the Moga coin. And what happens is, be very careful with those, honey, because you're going to knock that whole thing over.
Just chill.
All right. So here's the Moga coin. It has the unique ID number. In here has the same etching that you have for that is on the proxy coin. These are very quality, great coins with the same unique ID number that you put out. And what happens in that particular case is you can keep the real coin in your collection and then send out the proxy coin in its stead. And people can still see what it looks like and appreciate what it has. If that coin's that important to you, put the proxy coin out instead. Now, in the early days, what they used to do before these very cool proxy coins came out is they would just like take a piece of paper. I've seen sometimes laminate stuff where they kind of photocopied it and put it in. It really wasn't the same. It wasn't until these really cool proxy coins came out that I honestly feel that this is a good representation of the geocoin, and I totally understand why you wouldn't want to put a coin out into the wild and lose it unless it's a spare and you don't mind losing it. So these proxy coins, in its stead, you get to keep the real thing, and it still gets to go out and be a traveler and go from geocache to geocache.
Now,
all right. Now, what were you up to?
What I got was, before we went to the next thing, was I wanted to share what is called a Sherpa.
Oh, yeah.
And this is it's freaking awesome. I love this coin. It's
tell them what it is so they know what it is.
It's the dragon's coin.
Yeah, this is the dragon coin.
Yeah. And
they're beautiful. They're gorgeous coins.
Gorgeous coins. It's got a dragon on the front. And my arms aren't long enough, really. But
yep.
And that's what it looks like on the back.
Yes. And Sherpa coins are unique.
Yeah. But the dragon comes off the front. And then this path tag
is magnetically held to the geocoin.
Yes. Right there.
And so Sherpa, meaning somebody who carries things, that's what this geocoin does. A Sherpa coin carries a path tag.
And that is a path tag.
Yes. Which is a great transition for us to go into what are path tags.
There's a method to my madness.
Well, that's good. All right. So yes, good things to go in. What exactly are path tags? Now, path tags are also small coins. Here's our Amy showed you the one out of the Dragon Sherpa. This is our Team HeadHardHat path tag. They are about the size of a quarter with a hole in it. And people go, that's not a quarter. I'm telling you, it's the size of a quarter. I can't tell you how many times people have actually pulled out a quarter, put it together, and go, wow, that's the size of a quarter. Yes, that's the size. They come in multicolors, and believe it or not, all the colors that you see from pathtags.com, these colors are put in by hand, which blows my mind because the detail on these things are awesome. This is swag. This is a signature item. You can make them any way that you would like. They are wonderful. They are fantastic to give away to other people. These are not geocoins. Path tags are swag. If you find a path tag in a geocache, you treat it like any other swag item. You trade for equal or better value, and it's yours to keep. And there are people, a lot, and you will see if you go to Geo Woodstock this year, they've got a whole area devoted just for trading path tags this year. It is huge for those. And it's an amazing thing. It's swag. It is not a personal item. It's a signature item that somebody made to trade. And that's what they're for. You'll find them in path tags. They're awesome. Or you'll find them in geocaches. They are awesome. And it's just a fantastic way of pointing them out. They're less expensive, and they are very easy to make. It does take, as you can tell from the patron path tag, it does take a while for them to be made. They've got to be approved first. There's a whole process behind it, and we'll do a show just on how to create path tags. There's one earlier in GeoSnippits from, I think, in the 30s somewhere that shows how to do that. But we're going to go over it again for people down the road for how to actually make a path tag and design it and get it made so you can go through there. So again, pathtags.com is where you go. There are a couple other companies out there that you might find on the interwebs as well. And again, path tags are signature items and considered tradable swag. Geocoins are personal property of their owners and are not swag. Those need to go from place to place. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know if you had something as well.
No, I was chatting.
Okay, no problem.
We were on a different topic.
Were you now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Butterflies.
Okay. Yes, and she's got several very nice butterfly geocoins.
Yes.
All right. What is a travel bug? Unique ID code, just like we showed here. Let's get Rubber Ducky out here again. It's a travel bug can be anything from any item you can possibly imagine and a lot that you couldn't imagine and still are.
Yeah, I have a worm that I want to make to a travel.
There you go. Can be any physical item. What we highly recommend is the size to be big enough to be able to fit in the size geocache you want. So in other words, if you want something that only goes in regular size geocaches, it's going to have to be, this size about to get from one place to another, because geocachers have to pick this up, log it, and take it to the next and find another geocache to put it in. If it's bigger than that, they're going to be stuck to literally just large geocaches. There aren't that many out there, so that gets to be a bit of a pain. And if they're huge, like I have a paddle that I've had since Geocoin Fest 2013, they only go to events. So I'm just saying, if you make them small, they can fit in a lot more geocaches and go that way. But again, they have a unique tag to it that has a unique number, and that most of them, like I said, they're the size of small toys that go out that way. Travel bugs and trackables can be just about everything. Travel bugs go from geocache to geocache. Travelers are usually personal items, T-shirts, window decorative items, license plates. Those are all trackables. Again, you can purchase the ID numbers anywhere, and then you register them in when you actually log in your traveler or trackable. Let's see, what else do we have here? Travel bugs, and again, this is the same thing as with the geocoins. These are personal property. People that own these, made them, designed them, bought the tag, bought the item, put it out for these to go out as game pieces for geocaching.com. They are not swag. If it's got a unique number on it, it goes back out and for somebody else to enjoy and take them from one geocache to the next. So that's what's with travel bugs. And again, one of the things that I wanted to make a note with this that I loved, and we'll go over this in a little bit. If you laminate a card with the goal of where you want that travel bug to go, this is a great way to get the information easily to people by having it attached to the travel bug.
Some travel bugs actually do are in coordination with things like diabetes.
Oh,
and
yeah, you
heart
can have different
disease and things
causes.
like that.
I had one from when my first wife died from cancer, called Farmer's Daughter, which again, I'm going to actually put a whole series out for that. I've been asked to keep that going. So absolutely, it could be about anything, which is really cool. Now, starting to get into some of the other things that are travelers in a sense, but they're actually trackables, and they're called hitchhikers. And
they're
there's
not trackable, are they?
Some are, some aren't.
The fleas aren't.
Right, and that's what we're going to go over. So this is some of the ones that are actual hitchhikers. One is called geofleas. Geofleas are small items that you can actually attach to a trackable. There's no ID number on it.
It's just cute.
It's just cute. Thus, hitchhiker. You attach it onto it. You put the travel bug on your watch list, and then you can watch as it goes off from place to place to place to place. And that comes from geofleas.com. Duple bugs. These are kind of unique. This is from...
I just learned what these are.
This actually, what I love about duple bugs...
And you did too.
And this is really kind of cool. This is from coinsandpins.com. And basically all it is a tag that you can write. If you've got spare codes that you have just laying around because the trackables got lost, or you whatever reason why you've got spare numbers, and I've got a bunch of them from over time, you write one of the trackable numbers on here, and you can attach this to anything. Again, to a travel bug, to anything that you want. Now, the thing that I love about duple bugs is the attached item. Instead of having the ball chain that a lot of the travel bug tags come with, this has a tie-down clasp that actually screws into place. So what happens is you get your two ends, you attach it to the travel bug, and then this is like a heavy gauge steel wire, and then you just attach it back. It screws back into place. And what I would do in a case like this is take some crazy glue after this is tight and attached to everything. Crazy glue put on the inside of this thing, and it's not going nowhere.
You know my favorite part?
What's that?
It's $1.75.
It's $1.75 for a cheap way of getting a trackable out there into the wild. They're awesome. Cashkins from cashadvance.com. I don't have, we gave away a bunch of them not too long ago. Basically,
gave them all away.
Yeah. And if you go to Geo Woodstock this year, the Cashkins that they have, the official Cashkins for Geo Woodstock 13 is one from cash-advance.com.
Yes, the B-Sun.
Yes, and it is another trackable item that you can, again, attach to things. Consider it a mini geocoin and go that way. So there also can be trackables in that particular sense. There's another one from GX Proxy that's called Wild Ones. And if you've seen any of the new stuff, the new technology that GX Proxy has with the acrylic plastics that are super, the name tags that we have are made of this.
Yep.
But they also have trackables/travelers that are things like animals, and just different items, owls, animals, wolves. There's all these different things. And I think Cashkins has that kind of a variety too. Just tons of creativity that you can have in these little lightweight, heavy duty trackables that you can trade as swag, you can put out as whatever, and go with them. Some of them have trackable numbers automatically associated with them. Some of them do not. Double check with the companies before you purchase them, but they're great things that are added game pieces to geocaching. So that's really cool. Really quick, because we're running just a smidge late.
We are,
and we got some stuff going on here. How to make a travel bug, and I'm going to do this in one really quick set of steps. Basically, the best way, in my personal opinion, this is how you want your travel bug going through. If you've got it just going out wild like this, it's not protected. Bad things can happen to it. On the other hand, if it's in a Ziploc bag like I have here, this keeps it a little more better protected and lasting a little longer with that.
That's not to say that you can't do
You
it the other way.
can do it any way you want.
Do it any way you want.
Right.
This is just his personal opinion.
Right, and this is one of the cool things. What's inside of this is a goal page, which basically is information that you can print right off the page for the travel bug, and it gives the goal of where you want the travel bug to go and what you'd like it to accomplish, and a description about it as well. You can give it a little story. This is my Velociraptor that I've made many, many years ago from a GeoSnippits. It's just a simple plastic toy. The thing that I want to recommend for all travel bugs, and people cringe, how can you do that? Drill a hole in it. Drill a hole in it so that when you attach the chain to it, there is no, misconception that this is a travel bug. If you wrap it around, a lot of times those chains will fall off, and then what you have is a swag item and an empty tag sitting there in the geocache.
Mm-hmm.
Put a hole in it, put the chain through, and then glue the clasp of the chain so that way it won't accidentally or intentionally get taken apart. So that keeps your items going that way.
And glue the little clasp.
And glue the little clasp so it stays in place. So the main thing is you fill it out, where you want it to go, all the key information that's in it. You print out the page for it. You put it in a quart-sized Ziploc bag, and you put it out into the wild and watch it go. So in a nutshell, we'll go into more detail with travel bugs in a later show, but that gives you an idea of quickly how you want to create a travel bug. The last thing that I want to make sure that is very well stressed when it comes to travelers, the game pieces that go from geocache to geocache. When you put a travel bug or a geocoin or a proxy coin or any of the other ones that are meant to go from geocache to geocache, do not get attached to them. You are putting them out in a place where you have human interaction. Things happen, and it's not always human. Thing can be stolen. They can be lost. They can be taken by animals. They can be burned from wildfires. They can be taken away from natural disasters. There's many, many things that can happen to a travel bug. And the thing that I stress to people as much as I can is enjoy the adventure while ever it lasts. If it lasts for 2 weeks, you got 2 weeks of adventure. If it lasts for 8 years, you got 8 years worth of adventure. Whatever it happens, it's like a shooting star. Enjoy it while it happens. When it's done, it's done. And move on to the next one and go that way. So that's my last final bit of what happens with travel bugs. Phew, lots of information. Good stuff. So excellent stuff. We hope you got a lot of good golden nuggets from this. Send us your questions, your comments to gsreboot@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to answer them and go from there. All right, folks, good stuff. Let's move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. And just very, very quickly, we very much thank all the people who are patrons for our show. Patrons are people that donate monies to help literally keep the lights on and let us do our shows week after week. We cannot do it without you. And if you are considering becoming a contributing member of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast universe, please go over to our website, click onto our Become a Patron logo there, and it will take you to our page where you can get all the information of all the different rewards that you can obtain and all the different things that you'll see where the money's going to each and every week when you do a donation. And we greatly appreciate all our patrons, and we ask that if you're considering it, please sign up and become a patron and a contributing member of the GeoSnippits Reboot universe. We can't do it without you. It's as simple as that, and we thank you so much for doing that. All right, good stuff. I think it's time to start giving some stuff away. Let's move on. All right, we got a lot of good stuff given away, so this is going to be a lot of fun. But each and every week, we have what is known as our GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Stash. Let me explain what that is. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world that want to give, well, quite frankly, they want to tell all you fine folks about all the different products and services that they provide. To do that, they send some of those products to us, and we take them and turn them into prizes and give them to you, and also tell a little bit about the company. So it's a good thing. You win, they win. It's awesome. I love doing it. It's called the Geocaching Cache Stash. And again, we do it each and every week. Miss Amy, why don't we tell the fine folks about episode 110 last week, what the prize was?
From GX Proxy is the LED hook flashlight.
This thing is awesome. I love it. This has a hook on the back. It has 3 different sets of LED lights. It lights up a ton when you use this, and it's light, it's compact, and I believe this one is in very cool striking purple. Good stuff. It's got a hook on it. It's great for nighttime caching. It has a magnet on it. You can stick it to something magnetic and it'll hold in place. This is a fantastic flashlight, and I keep one of these in my glove compartment just because they work that well. All right. What is the question from last week?
The question was, if you no longer want a geocache to be brought up in your listings, what feature do you need to invoke the cause to happen?
Yes. What do you need to do if you've got a pocket query that keeps bringing up some geocaches that you're just not going to get to, or they're not worth it right now, they haven't been maintained, that type of thing. How can you do it so that you don't get them anymore? And you turn on the
ignore list.
Turn on the ignore list, put the geocode in there. It'll automatically bypass that, and you don't have to worry about those geocaches popping up anymore. All right. Very, very cool. So now what we do is Miss Amy's going to get her magic geocoin, and I have a random number generator between 1 and the total number of correct answers that we have in here. I push on the button, and it gives me a number. Now, say, for example, the number was 4. Hang on to that thought, and I'll show you the next thing that I have here. And let's see if Lollipoop actually works this time. All right, this comes up. And what I have here is a list of all the correct answers that came in this week for episode 110. Now, say, for example, if the number's 4, and no, this week it's actually not 4, Miss Amy flips her magic geocoin. If it's heads, whatever that number is, we count from the top of the list down, and that will be our winner. If it's tails, we count from the bottom of the list up that number, and that's our winner. It adds a little bit of randomness to it. Miss Amy, are we going from the top down or from the bottom up?
It is heads.
All right, so we have a winner with... All right, the winner is... Let's see, I want to mark it here, and Miss Amy, you can put this down for me. All right. And again, Lollipoop's taking its time coming up. Hang on a moment. Oh, that's slow. All right, here we go. It's just waiting for it to load. The blazing speed. And I really don't like this. All right, the name is it's Kickin' Chicken. Kickin' Chicken. You remember Kickin' Chicken?
Yes, I know. I'm looking at his name.
Okay. And thank you, Kickin' Chicken. You are the winner for that flashlight. Congratulations. We'll get this sent out to you. We have your address out there in Virginia, and we will get that out to you as quick as possible. And that's as simple as it is. We got ourselves a winner, and we do this each and every week. So you say to yourself, well, wait a minute. How do we get in on this? It looks like you give out some really cool prizes how do we get into this? Because we want to win too. Well, you can't win if you don't play. It's as simple as that. To be eligible to win a prize from the Cache Stash, you have to get, in case for this episode, you have to get all your correct answers in by 12 noon, Wednesday, May 6th. That's next Wednesday. Get your answer in by 12 noon, May 6th. And email this to gsreboot@gmail.com. Again, gsreboot, GSREBOOT @gmail.com. Subject line Q1 episode 111, which is this week. Send that in with the correct answer. We will have a drawing just like you just saw. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, we have a second prize that we give away right then, right there, like tonight. Yes, that little birdie got out and told about that fantastic 15 years of geocaching, Geocoin going out tonight to one lucky viewer in just a moment. You know what? I think what we'll do, Miss Amy, is we'll do question 111, and then we will jump into that to wrap up the show. Okay. So could you please tell what the prize is for episode 111?
All right, from coinsandpins.com, it's the 81 difficulty terrain Geo Achievement Kit.
That's right. This is a fantastic Geo Achievement set from coinsandpins.com. It comes with a Geocoin and a pin that you can have for if you've accomplished that wonderful terrain of all different 81 difficulties and terrains. Mm-hmm. So this is a really cool pin set. I love it.
Yep. And the question is, is that supposed to be a mountain bike?
Yes.
Okay.
Very famous lackey, by the way.
Version 1, Geocoin 2 was the first trackable Geocoin released. What year was this first trackable Geocoin released?
Okay. Say it one more time. If not, I will.
The mountain bike version 1, Geocoin number 2, was the first trackable Geocoin released. What year was this first Geocoin released?
Excellent. Get your answers in by Wednesday. And we will have a drawing and go that route. And we will see who wins that fantastic Geo Achievement set. All right. Now, for all our viewers, and we got a ton of them out there, we have prize number 2. And I have been showing this all night, and I love it. And some lucky winner is going to win the 15 years of geocaching from coinsandpins.com. Now, what we do when we do this, and we do it at least once a month, we do the now world famous email race. And this is how this works. What you need to do is you need to get your favorite email set up. And don't send it out until we tell you. And we'll tell you how we drop the flag and everything with this. You're going to send your email to gsreboot@gmail.com. That's GSREBOOT @gmail.com. In the subject line, you're going to put prize 2, episode 111. Subject line, prize 2, episode 111. Don't send it yet. Now, the way that we drop the flag so it's fair for everybody is there's going to be some words that you're going to put in the body of your email once Miss Amy says this. Once she says this words, send it. And then that'll come to us, and we'll choose a winner from that. All right, Miss Amy, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Drop the flag.
15 years of geocaching.
Go. 15 years of geocaching, send that email. Again, gsreboot@gmail.com, prize 2, episode 111, 15 years of geocaching, go. All right, now, while we're waiting for that to come up, we're going to finish up the show, and then we'll see who wins this puppy. All right, let's do this. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you got a lot of good tidbits of information about travelers, trackables, geocoins, path tags, all that fun stuff that deals with geocaching. Let us know what you think about these shows and what other things that you would like us to talk about. The past couple of shows we have been wonderful because the suggestions have come from our viewers, and it's so much easier and so much more enjoyable for us is to have you fine folks tell us what you'd like us to talk about than to have us guess. So that worked out very, very well. And we want to thank once again from our viewers for sending in those fantastic suggestions. Also, we'd like to ask you to please consider becoming a patron. The bills start showing up towards the ends of the year, and we need to save up for them so that we can pay them. Becoming a patron and supporting our show not only makes you a contributing factor for the show, it really does literally help keep the show going. So thank you so much again. And we've got some fantastic prizes coming up for everybody when it comes to patrons very shortly. We're going to have some patron-only contests coming up. So very, very cool. And finally, tell other geocachers about our show. We're kind of a tutorial-based show, but we do so much more than just that. We love talking to you fine folks about geocaching, and we hope we bring some very good insights to you, and that's the whole point for it. Tell other geocachers, especially newer geocachers, hey, check out the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast and get in on the fun with geocachers literally all around the world. All right, good stuff. Miss Amy, please close out the show.
I want to thank our sponsors, cache-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. I want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks to everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in.
All right, one last thing before we go, and we'll pick the winner here. Geo Woodstock's coming up very, very close. For the people that are going to be at Geo Woodstock, we are going to have a special contest for our GeoSnippits viewers out there. The sponsors are already sending in some prizes that we're going to be giving away at Geo Woodstock. And this is how this is going to work. We have... we've got basically these business card sized flyers about the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. On these cards is a QR code. Now we're going to be giving these out when we're at Geo Woodstock. So people just come up and say, hey, can I have a card? This is what we're going to give. On these QR codes are going to have one of two things. It's either going to have information about the geocaching cache stash and how you can get involved with it, or it's going to say you're a winner, and it's going to have a special code on there that is eligible for a particular prize from what the sponsors gave to us. So again, we're going to start these and be giving these out when we probably Friday night at the registration. We'll start giving them out to people. We've got X number of them, several hundred that we're going to be giving out, and mixed in with all the other cards are going to be ones that actually have prize winners via the QR code. So check those out. We'll talk more about them in future episodes when we get closer and closer to Geo Woodstock. And yeah, I thought I'd tell you fine folks that this is in the works, and we're very, very excited about it. All right, I am going to do a very quick refresh. Holy cow. All right, one more just to make sure. All right, Miss Amy. Holy cow. All right. We've got a ton of these in top, middle, or bottom.
Middle.
All right. So I'm going to move this up just a smidge. And you are going to not look, point your finger, I can't see, and touch. All right. Got it. And the person is, and let me open this up. All right, for the winner of the 15 years of geocaching, I'm going to give this so Miss Amy can actually put this in. What's that? I didn't even read.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Okay, he didn't sign his name.
All right, so I'm going to just say his name.
He knows who he is, because he didn't sign his name, and he knows he didn't sign his name because he even said it in the chat room.
Okay.
He said, "Oh man, I forgot to sign my name."
All right. Yeah. Well, let me say the first name, and if he knows who he is, we'll go from there. Is it Makil?
I think it's Michael.
All right, could be Michael. Michael. E-A-L. I think that's special enough to distinguish.
Julie.
Huh?
Mike and Julie.
Okay. Mike Eel, you are the winner of that coin. Not only do we need your the name with that, we need your address. So if you send a gsreboot@gmail.com, your name and address on there, we will send out that fantastic coin. Congratulations to Mikeel for winning that fantastic prize. So you say to yourself, well, wait a minute, when do I get to win other stuff? It's very simple. We have, for the Geocaching Cash Stash, we give away free stuff at least once a month. Sometimes more, depending on what things are going up. It's going to be a little crazy coming up in May because of Geo Woodstock and everything that goes on with that. But we will be giving away free stuff and tell you much more information about the contests and other things going up leading into Geo Woodstock. So yeah, holy cow, good stuff. Congratulations. Great things. I'm going to let Miss Amy sign that in. And yeah, man, fantastic. Good things. And we hope you got some great stuff. Please send in your suggestions of what you'd like to have for future shows. Just email it to gsreboot@gmail.com. We love hearing this. All right, guys. I think it's time, Miss Amy, to close out the rest of the show. You already did this part, yes? Or we are just getting to that?
Scroll up or scroll to where it is.
All right.
Where's the email race?
Okay, the email race is up here. So that's that.
There you go.
Okay, so we are here. We already did the transition.
We already did this.
All right. I need to do this part.
We already did that.
You sure?
Yes.
Did I say thank you to you?
No.
That's what I mean. All right. We want to thank our sponsors, Cash-Advance and coinsandpins.com. We want to say a special thank you to wife Amy for keeping me on track on what's right, what's wrong, because things go all over the place and I can't keep track of this fun stuff. So she keeps me crazy and she keeps me young. It's a great combination. Upcoming shows that are going on. May 7th, next show, we are going to have a very special guest. First time on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. We are going to have Justin, a.k.a. the GC Doc, coming in and talking about his vlogging type of talents and everything he does for the geocaching community. So Justin, the GC Doc, is going to be our special guest next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. All right, folks, we had a great time. We hope you did. We will see you next week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another spine-tingling event known as the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. And as we like to say in the GeoSnippets studios, see you out on the trails, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. Well, we love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Visit us through our social media sites or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519 or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. Good show. Good show. Lots of information. Tons now to talk about travelers and trackables and everything therein. Again, if you got more suggestions, send it our way. We're going to be in contact with our sponsors to see all the goodies and things that we're going to be giving out at Geo Woodstock, and we'll be sending out some lists once all that gets incorporated and we know exactly what it is, and we'll make all the special cards with all the prizes because there's a special code that's going to be identified for each individual prize. So this is going to be great. So you guys that are coming to Geo Woodstock, come have the fun with us and enjoying some of the spoils of the prizes that our wonderful sponsors provide for us. And we thank them ever so much for everything that they do. So yeah, great stuff. We look forward to it. Have a great week, folks. Have a safe week out there. The weather's crazy. Keep safe out there, and we'll see you next week on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Bye-bye.